I just spilt all that stuff.
This is gonna be fun.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing some more work on the C70. This is part 3 of the videos, and we are actually getting pretty close to starting it. So I'm hoping that in this video we'll be doing that.
So right now I'm working on wiring up the new alternator. These wires were all fried, so I put new ones into there and then shrink wrapped them. We're gonna run it up over this way instead of down here. So I'm running them like that, and then I'm back around over to there, and then I just spilt all that stuff. It's gonna be real fun to pick up.
All right, we got them all picked up, so we'll latch that shut. And let me get back to telling you what I was doing.
So these wires were scorched before, so I got new ones on there. These come together. This is the charge wire on the alternator, and this is the main, which I have to get an end for there since we don't have any.
I would have seen them by now.
Picking up all of these. But yeah, we're gonna run this stuff on this valley here and then down to the alternator instead of here. So it's gonna be a lot nicer and neater. Another thing I'm gonna try to get to, or at least just disconnect so nothing shorts out, are these heater wires. They all got burnt and they're fraying, corroded and all that, and I don't want them touching and shorting something out. So I'm probably just gonna end up taking this plug off somehow. I think it's melted on, and then getting all these wires separated so nothing shorts out. I'm gonna take this connector off though right now so I can go get the right one from town. All right, so we got it off. At some point I'm gonna have to run to town to get a new one of this size, but from there it should be smooth sailing. Because I mean, really all we've got to do is get fuel line down to where the gas tank was, which goes down to there, and then you should be able to see the hose there. So we gotta go get that down to there. I'm gonna get soft hose to come up there, and then that hose there runs back to this filter here, and then to where the gas tank was. And I would put the stock tank back in it, but there's a hole in it if you watch the last video.
Well,
so we're just gonna run it out of a can to get it running, and then I'll worry about a gas tank after that. But yeah, from there we'll just run the soft line up straight to the carb, and we should be good. So that's one thing. We do have all the new hoses we need to run. We need a radiator cap because this one leaks. Because in the fire, this seal got broke on it because it got brittle and then must have snapped at some point. This one and this one up there, you can see. So I need a new radiator hose, and then I need to get some coolant in it. Next, after that, we're gonna need a battery because the battery got fried in the fire, like completely fried. So I have to get another battery. And I think that should be about it to get it running and started. Oh, carb clean too, because I'm gonna need to spray a little bit of carb clean in there to get her started, I'm guessing, and some stuff needs to get cleaned. And we will not be needing a fuel pump because I just tested that, like so. Guys, it's the next day here, and I'm gonna be working on getting that piece on the alternator to finish that wiring up. I want to put the new filter on for the fuel filtering. I got a radiator cap as well, and then some electrical tape in case we need it. And I've got a new fuel pump that my dad had in his toolbox. He said I could use. They're not a fuel pump, fuel filter. And then we have the fuel pump here that I might put in today. So I'm going to open this up and check if these fit here. And by the looks of it here, it's going to fit pretty well. It's not focusing on there, but it slides on there, perfect size, not a lot of play. So we'll get that put onto the wire here and go from there. All right, we got all our wiring gear. We got the torch, crimper, stripper, the right size socket, shrink wrap and whatnot. And we'll take it from there. Also, in case you guys are wondering why the audio sounds a little bit funky, if it does, I got this new mic here on Amazon, just a cheap one, because I've been having audio issues lately. So I figured I should try to get a mic and see if it'll fix it. But yeah, we'll see how that is, and you guys will have to let me know. All right, so I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse and put the end on, and then screw it on there for you, and you guys can watch it all. All right, we got that all nice and on there. I didn't end up heat shrinking it because I couldn't get a piece on there, but this plastic here did shrink a little bit. So we should be pretty good, and it's not going to be a big deal anyways. I also just remembered that I have a little boot I want to put on there. Somewhere in here, I thought it was. Oh, yep, there it is. These are all parts for my racing lawnmower. These are the spindles for the steering, but that's a song for another time. Alright, so I'm going to try and slide this boot on there. I don't know how well that's going to go with that hole being littler, but we'll see. Oh yeah, easy work. Oh, my phone's going to blow over. There we go. Beautiful. We can put her just like that. Wouldn't even know. Basically stock. That boot there doesn't quite go all the way over that little ridge, but I think it's going to be okay for now. Eventually I'd like to get the right one, and I'd like to redo all this. But this is mostly just to get it running, and then I'm hoping to kind of redo all this in the meantime eventually. But so next here, I'm going to set these down. I'm going to clean out the filter cartridge and put this new one in. It's pretty rusty in there, so I'll have to blast her out with some carb spray. Let me show you here. Pretty nasty in there. You see that? See if it's clear. Yep, clear as I'll probably get. Give her one last good blast and get the outside just for fun. There we go. So let's get this filter here opened up. Freshy. Even comes with the O-ring, flat ring, whatever you want to call it. Set that down in there and take her over to the side of the truck. I'm going to keep this ring in here just in case I drop it. So we'll get this here. I'm not going to set there. It almost just fell. And set this ring in here so she all seals up. My mic's messed up. Actually, got to put the filter on first. Then I'll have to fill the filter, I believe, with gas before I start it up so it has gas in it. Or we can just run the fuel pump. I'm not sure how that works. So we'll get that shoved up into there. It's got an O-ring on it, so it should seal in there. Okay. We'll just screw this on. should be nice and snug on there, like so, and we should be good. All right, guys, so we got the fuel filter all on. As you can see here, nice and solid. Should be filtering fuel now. Now I'm gonna quick put this radiator cap on and make sure it's the right one. So let's see here. Take this one off. Freshy. It's like a treat. Ooh, I don't know if that'll work with that handle being there. See that bumps into there? I think that's all the tire needs to be though. Let's see. I mean, I can't twist it anymore unless it's binded up on something, but it's not looking like it. So I think we'll be good with that one. And it works a lot better than the old one does. Come on. There. Yeah, I think this one should do the trick. Drop my box down there. I'll keep that just in case I need to bring it back or something. And I'm going to go eat supper quick here, but I need to put some fuel line from the carb here where this existing burnt fuel line is. I think you can see it there. So it's the in for the carb, about the same length, and I got to put, or just leave that how it is, or put the filter up here, the second filter, and then I also have to add some on down here, right here where this old stuff is too, where it comes through the frame there, right here, from the hard line into the frame, then into there.
And this is how it sounds without the mic. Just let me know in the comments if it sounds better or not, and if I should keep using it or not. Just let me know.
Alright guys, I'm back after supper. Time to get cooking. Just remember too why I got this electric tape. I have to tie up a wire that I cut a little too much so I could slide on the shrink wrap. Let me show you. This wire right here, you can see up in there, I cut it so I could fit that shrink wrap on. So I'm going to wrap that up right now. We're making an attempt to. Alright, so we got that all wrapped up and done. Hopefully that'll stay, but if not, I'll have to somehow try and run some shrink wrap up there, retape it somehow a little better. But it should be good for now. I'm just going to leave these wires running in this valley. Like I already said, I'll leave them running in that valley for now for the startup, and then after that, I'll start cleaning this up a little bit more. I'll have to run up to the house here and grab that fuel hose and then put those two pieces on I was telling you about. And the pile here is starting to accumulate, so I'm going to have to get that broken and bagged up here pretty soon. You know, wouldn't want to get on my dad's side. My dad's bad side. Alright, we got the essentials here, so let's get to it. The daily motivation. One day. So now I'm going to take this hose off there, the fuel line, and then cut a piece out and put that new one on there. I'm just going to cut a piece with my Milwaukee knife here. Move these hose clamps so I don't lose them. We'll measure out what we need, what's so, close enough. And then kind of see what I need there. I'd say about 6 inches is all I need, so I'll just cut her at 6, something like that. We'll go a little longer actually. You can always cut off length, but you can't add length. That's what my great grandfather's Dad's cousin told me one day back in '09. Good advice. All right, we got that. Not very straight cut, but I don't care, to be honest. Well, it's straight, just not perfectly straight. It's not going to leak or anything by any means. Anyways, got hose clamps as well. So I'm going to clamp it on here. You know, it's really hard to find a spot to set your phone these days. What's that looking like? Come on, focus. We're just about all the way pushed on, right? All right. So we're all the way pushed on there. So I'll tighten that up and get back to you. Unfortunately for me,
It's raining now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2.
perfect. Doesn't get much better than that. Beautiful. Straight beauty. And now we'll go to the bottom and do the same, which is the fun part. Actually, I probably don't want to set that line in the dirt if I'm using my brain, which is a pretty rare occurrence. Where's that little bugger located at? All right. Track him down. Now I gotta find out where I gotta cut it. I'll set it in the grass instead of the dirt. It's much better. So this is what we're working with. We got the line there, and then it runs back behind this cross member, the motor mount cross member here. But I don't know what it's doing there. I think there's some melted plastic that's stuck on right there. There we go. Oh, geez. Would you look at that? Oh, there's even a clamp in there. I want that. All right. That's going to help a lot. So I think I can see up into there where that comes through. Yeah. So I got to put line from there. I got to get this off and then run it like 8 inches past with soft line. Then I'll run a hard line up to the carb, to that other soft line on the carb. So hard line, soft line, hard line, soft line. Ah, the rain feels good on my legs. It's just what I was wanting. And it's not even the right size. You gotta be kidding me. So I'll go grab the flathead. I'm back. So I went to go grab the flathead and realized that all my tools are sitting in the rain. And my dad's tools. My whole socket set was wide open. Come on. What's the deal with this thing? There we go. There was some melted plastic on it, just like every other part on this truck.
1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. See this yet? Oh gosh, yeah.
Let's see if we can twist her off.
Come on now.
We're gonna take the easy route and just cut her off. Oh my lord, what does this take? Over here at Pinewood Production, so we strive in taking a very sweet time. What was that? Probably mice running around these parts. I feel like I'm gonna whack my knuckles on the fan at Mock Jesus. That nice crackling sound. Getting that off. Nothing like it. Oh. First try. I'll measure out what I need now. It's looking like about 10 inches worth. I don't have anything to cut this on. So we'll do it on my leg. Great idea. Oh no, I lost my cut now. It's gonna leak for sure. Alright, here we go. One slip. No, alright, I'm not doing this anymore. I need to find something to cut this with. Cut it on, not with. Now we're cooking with bacon oil. There we go. That's got to be the roughest, poorest, jankiest, weirdest, crappiest looking cut I've ever seen in my whole life. Alright, let's get her up though. Get this screwed on there a little bit. 10 minutes worth of me just trying to take this hose off. How do you guys feel about that? It'll be a lot shorter for the video, but 10 whole minutes for one hose. It's a devious amount of time. We're getting little by little. Hit her with the old twist, that helps sometimes. I'm just gonna use a flathead at this point because I can't fit the wrench in there. But we have officially, successfully gotten this soft line on from the hard line. And it only took one try. And only first try. Beautiful job. Thank you. And I think that's gonna be a wrap for tonight. Putting the tools over here. You see all that water there? I just found a major culprit in why my floor's rusted out. And why right where that's dropping, see that? Yeah, see that? Right where that's dropping, that's where all the patch panels are. You wanna know why? Because of that, right? That weather stripping right there. Unbelievable. Oh, it's okay. Probably gonna have to do weather stripping anyway, but whatever. I'll just clear everything from that spot and down. And then that should be good. It should be everything out of here too. I don't see any tools. Oh, there's electrical tape. And then just the old hose, so that's good. That closed up for the night. Got the electrical tape. And you can ride with me all the way to the shop on my toolbox. No, my mic's not even in the right spot. There we go. Should be a little better. Maybe, maybe not.
Can you see all that rain coming down?
We successfully made her back in the shop. 0 time to spare. And all the tools wet. But whatever, I tried my bestest. I suppose I better go and close up my door. I'm gonna set everything open to kind of dry out for tomorrow. And that'll probably be a wrap for tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, these all got soaked. Alright guys, I'm back. It ended up being 2 days since I worked on the truck now. So it is Wednesday now, because it rained. But now I'm going to be putting on this vacuum hose, I think, that runs from the filter to one of the valve covers. Just from here to there. So now that that's on, I ended up having to do some trimming on it on the bottom. I cut about 2 inches off so it would fit well in there. But anyways, now we can put the filter back on and we can throw the cap back on. So now that that's on, now pretty much all we need to do is get a battery in there and get the fuel line ran. And I'm noticing here that I must not have put this belt on the right one. It's got to go from that one to that one, that pulley level. So I'm going to loosen the alternator and switch that over. Alright, I got the bottom bolt out. Now I'm just going to take the top out so it swings over. And then we will go from there. Looks like this is metric. Okay, we got 9/16 on, or 16 on the ratchet now. It feels a little better, but still doesn't quite feel right. Just gonna run it though. Oh, I've been tightening this whole time. Idiot. Yeah, that feels a little more right. There we go. As you can see, it swung down there. I can move it now. So I should just be able to push this over myself right now. Gotta fix my mic here, so it's not rubbing on my sweatshirt string. Should be able to push it over on the actual main pulley. It's not cooperating though. I can swing this all the way in. There, that is all the way in, I guess. Because it's running into the coolant line. That's not supposed to be like that. Whatever. So I'll slide it off up here, and then we can get it done. Probably should take all this rust out of here. Just thing after thing. There, that looks better. On the bottom. Yeah, much better. So now I gotta tighten this alternator up. And it looks like I gotta tighten up my bolts on the alternator mount too. I could have sworn I'd just seen it move. Yeah. No, it's not supposed to move, so we'll get that fixed too. Yeah, these bracket mounts are not very tight. Not at all. I barely had to try. Yeah, they're not tight at all. Or there's a bigger problem that I'm not seeing here. And I'm hoping that's not the case. That it's stripped out. That would not be good. It's kind of seeming like that's what's up though. When I can tighten it with my finger, and then it just gets loose again. Oh, yeah, we might be stripped out. Because I can go to about there. And then, man, that is a shame. So we'll just put it snug, I guess. Kind of let us do its thing. Let's see the bottom. The bottom's nice and snug, so I guess we're good there. But dang, that sucks. So now I'm gonna tighten the alternator back up here. Let's see. Get this back on it. Tightening. Get it snug. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll get it snug. And then we'll pull it out with the pry bar. So I can get it where I want it. There. Now I have to set my wrench on there where I need it and get that tight. Oh, guess it's got to be the other side. Striking up here. Okay, we'll get that where it's got to be. Right there. And then get my pry bar. Pull this pretty tight. And we can tighten this. And I'm going to leave an inch of play. So yeah, we're pretty good there. About an inch. We pull it both ways, it's about an inch. So that's good. And then now I have to put the bottom one. I have to retighten the bottom one, which is just at hand tight right now because I loosened it. It's weird because the bottom is a 1/2 inch and the top's a 16, but whatever. Or I'm just messing it up most likely. So I'll tighten the bottom back up. Get that tight as it's got to be. Just about there. Alright, I'd say we're pretty good like that. Get this wrench off here. And then check the belt tension once more. And then you can see there. It's pretty good. I'll check this second one as well. It's about the same, a little less because it's a shorter length. But I'd say just about the exact same. Alright guys, so I'm back. I actually ended up getting a bolt that was about a 1/2 inch longer and then throwing a lock washer in there with the normal washer. And I got to some threads that were not destroyed yet and snug it up, so we're all good there. And we don't have a stripped out second alternator mount bracket now.
Alright guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and happy Halloween. We'll see you on the next one.